You get a goal. You get a goal. You get a goal. Everyone gets a goal. What is going on, you guys? And welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel. In today's video, we're obviously talking about Chelsea versus Norwich and recapping this amazing game. Now, if you weren't able to watch this game because it was an earlier match, you definitely missed out on a lot of goals. Now, before we talk about all the goals, we need to talk about the starting 11 for Chelsea. Now, because of injuries, it was really up in the air who Thomas Tuchel was going to pick as our starting number 9, or if we were going to go with a false 9. Lo and behold, though, we did go with Hudson-Odoi, which, again, made the most sense because he, again, is pretty much our closest forward that we have as right now. And you could say Kai Havertz, but again, that would have been more of a false 9. But because Hudson-Odoi did start then, we went with Kai Havertz, and we also went with Mason Mount up top. So again, those three, and they were pretty fluid for the most part. So again, you could say, yeah, they started in a certain position, but overall, these guys kind of weave over each other, so it doesn't really make sense to say they were here, here, and here, but overall it did make sense to start Hudson-Odoi. Now in the midfield, we then went with Jorginho and Kovacic, and I think this is a very strong midfield for Tuchel to go with again, because every time these two players play together, they're able to just unlock defenses. And again, Norwich being not a great team, really, to say the least, are going to play that lower block. So again, we need players that are able to unlock that with certain passes, and as we saw today, they were able to do that. In our wingbacks, we had Ben Chilwell, which again, not too surprising with how well he's been playing. And Reece James got his start again, back from injury, so it was great to see him finally back in the starting 11. And then in the back three, we had Thiago Silva, we had Rudiger, and then we had Trevor. So again, happy to see him playing as well. As Philqueta did get some rest, so overall, I think this was a smart decision on Thomas Tuchel's part, because some of these players have been playing a lot. As we know, as Philqueta is getting up there in age, not that he can't play each and every game, but again, it really benefits to have him get some rest, especially in a game like Norwich, because again, they haven't really been scoring too many goals, and this was, again, a place where we could put different players. I'm actually kind of surprised Sarr didn't start as well, but overall, I'm not too disappointed with who we started. And then obviously we had Mendy in our goalkeeper position, who I'm not even too sure if he really did a whole lot in this game, because pretty much we were attacking throughout this entire match. Now, leading into this game then, we weren't too sure how long it was going to take for us to break open and score a goal, but really it did not take very long in this match. As we saw, Mason Mount open up the score sheet with a wonderful strike outside the box. Jorginho played a ball to him, and a little bit lucky for Mason Mount and maybe unlucky for Tim Krul, because it went through a player's legs and obviously he couldn't see it very well. But again, don't take anything away from the strike. And therefore, like I said, that opened up the floodgates, because from there, we were in cruise control. We were in the driver's seat. Norwich definitely didn't have a chance after that. I'm not even sure exactly what the possession was at that point, but I know it was like 70-30. And again, Norwich was doing absolutely nothing on the pitch. They were just pinging long balls, hoping that Pukki maybe would get a lucky bounce or something. But again, with how our defense lines up, that never was going to happen, and obviously did not happen. But again, from there then, after that first goal, then we went on to score another goal where Kovacic played another wonderful ball to Hudson-Odoi, who was able to curl it around Tim Krul. Again, phenomenal strike. Glad he got a goal. And at that point, we had, I think, our 16th or 17th different goal scorer, which again, just is mind-boggling to think how many different players have scored for Chelsea this year, let alone how many goals we have scored this year. So the fact that we really haven't had so many players just scoring so many goals, it's been one here, one there, one there. It's just a great thing to see, because we're not really relying on one player such as Romelu Lukaku or Timo Werner, who happen to be injured. But again, it just shows that this is a well-rounded team that pretty much anyone can score at any given time. And after that goal, Reece James had a wonderful chip over Krul. And again, it was just one of those games that Tim Krul really just didn't stand a chance against most of these shots. And therefore, Chelsea went into the half up 3-0. And like I said, from there, this game was already put away, that Chelsea did not have to worry about it. I'm not too sure what Norwich was even talking about in the locker room, because really there was nothing that they could have done any differently than maybe not let this many goals. But going into the second half, it just, the floodgates kept coming, more and more goals. Obviously, Chelsea scored 4 more goals, where we had Mason Mount finish with a hat trick. There was an own goal as well. And so therefore, like I said, Norwich just did not stand a chance, and Ben Chilwell also got another goal. So I think the lad now has 3 goals in his last 3 starts, if not in his last 4 starts for Chelsea, and obviously he scored on his international duty as well. So this guy is flying high right now. So if you don't have him in your fantasy league, I would recommend picking him up, because when you watch him play, he's always just slowly edging into the box. He's always there to seem to have 1 or 2 strikes, and obviously he plays a lot of crosses into the box. He takes most of our corner kicks as well, so he's definitely a player that you should have on your fantasy league. But again, he just brings this different element to the club, to that left side. And again, he just is able to run rampant against pretty much any team, which again causes so much chaos for other opponents. And again, it's a great thing to see, because we have so many different channels that we can go down. It gives us so many more options to score goals. And again, like I said, we saw different goals in this game. So I'm happy with how this game went. Again, Norwich did also pick up a red card, which at that point, the game was already over, so you can't say this red card really persuaded each or any other way, because again, at that point, the game was already over. And I think Chelsea were more just kind of in cruise control, and we were able to bring on some different players. Ross Barkley came on, which again, it's good to see him get some minutes along with RLC. He did pick up an assist to Mason Mount to finish out that hat trick. So again, seeing those players get some extra time was a great thing to see. Maybe wanted to see some other players come off the bench, but again, you can only bring so many players onto the pitch. But overall, very happy and satisfied with how Chelsea handled their business today, because one of the big takeaways is that obviously there's going to be some points lost from other teams. Manchester City is playing Brighton. Manchester United is playing Liverpool. Tottenham is playing West Ham. So again, not saying Tottenham's right up there right now, but again, they can take some points off West Ham. So that is going to be a huge week for us, because again, if we can build that gap just a little bit more between Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United, Brighton, Leicester, all those teams, that is going to be huge for Chelsea, because later on, when it gets really close to the end of the season, some of these points early in the season are going to make a huge difference to whoever wins the Premier League. So that is all I have for you today. If you are new to this channel, make sure to smash the like button as well. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, helps get this video to more and more fans like yourself. So like I said, that is all I have for you today on the recap. Comment down below what you thought about this match, what Thomas Tuchel could have done better, what could have been worse. Again, I want to hear your thoughts on this match. So that is it, and we will see you next time.